day 4 here at COP28 in Dubai, and I'm here with my friend Abi Oluyomi, who is a professor at the Baylor College of Medicine at the Texas Medical Center. He's one of Texas Impact's delegates this year to the COP, and he's here specifically because today is a really exciting day. It is, for the first time ever, a thematic day on health at the COP, and as many of the speakers have pointed out, it's amazing to think that we've been having climate negotiations for 27 years, and this is the first time health has ever been a central focus. But health is, at the end of the day, the reason we should be talking about climate.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that it's an exciting day today specifically, and it's an exciting time in general for COP28, where, as you just said, we have the opportunity to have health as a thematic area, basically climate change and health as a thematic area of focus, not just for scientific conversation, but also for deliberation amongst state representatives from countries and all over the world. So it's an exciting day, it's an exciting COP. Many people are here from all over the world. I know I've seen folks from the US that have come specifically because this is a health and climate change and health day. So we're glad we have that happening, and it's long overdue, but it's happening, and it would continue to be a thematic area in future COPs.
Yeah, that's part of the deal. Is this is the launch of health as a new thematic area, and with it are coming declarations and commitments from countries and global organizations to invest more in health and climate, the nexus of health and climate programming. And one of the things that has come up because of that has been interesting comments by Bill Gates, who was here earlier, and also by folks from the World Bank. The guy from the World Bank said, the only thing that counts is additionality. And what he meant by that was, Bill Gates talked about all of the progress that we've made and all of the philanthropic and private sector support that has gone to solving and addressing public health concerns, diseases and conditions, and root causes of poverty. And climate change puts those things at risk. But if we shift investment from those to new programming related to climate change, that's not going to be sufficient. Instead, what we need to do is maintain, they all say, maintain the investment that we're making and continue to make on addressing those diseases, conditions, root causes, and also invest in climate mitigation and addressing the co-issue of climate and health.
Yeah, totally. And I think to jump on the comment you just made, up till now, through many avenues, multilateral organizations have invested billions of dollars in fighting poverty and in promoting sustainable development programs, including water and hygiene and sanitation and those kinds of programming, right? So, and we've seen over decades, many decades, progress, to the extent that, as one of the speakers actually said today, we caught people living in extreme poverty by, I believe, 40 million over the last few decades. But what we're stressing now is that with climate change and its effect on health, those successes we've recorded are actually basically being eroded, right? And that's something we really need to pay attention to, that if we don't address climate change with a lens of its impact on health, we're actually going to lose a lot of the successes, or basically regress in terms of progresses we've made so far. So that's a point that was also made.
Exactly. And so one of the other focuses here at the COP has been an increased focus on subnational implementation. I'm wondering, we're going to go back to Texas. What do we take back from this specific health day to Texas as a subnational implementer?
That's a very good point, and that's a very good comment, and I totally agree with you that, one, subnational entities are critical to addressing climate change in general, but definitely when it comes to climate change and its impact on health. Because like someone said today, that's where the rubber meets the road, right?
Right.
This gathering here today is a global gathering, people from all over the world talking about issues that are global in scale. But we also know that when it comes down to it, we have to be able to implement changes and drive interventions that would fix the problems at the local level. So for Texas in particular, because we know our state is a unique state in many ways, and the point I think that we can take home is that we need to be able to communicate some of the lessons learned here to actors at the local level. By local level, we're talking about counties and municipalities and cities, mayors and county commissioners across the state. Knowing also that in Texas, about 75% of the state population live in like 5 metro areas, right? So if you think about it that way, you can do a lot of good for a lot of people by even just working with those those metro areas, right? And many of those metro areas are more than one county for sure, but they also have sort of a self-governing entity that we call Council of Governments, right? So that's also another avenue through which we can act.
That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't leave out the state. I mean, we should still work with the state, and we could work with legislature to the extent that that would be helpful.
Absolutely. Yeah, so from the global to the local,
Yeah.
and health at the center of all of it.
Yeah, totally, definitely.